A Segway is a mode of transport that is with 2 wheels, a handle, and a goober riding it.
Oh, God, I fucking hate segways.
I have to stop myself laughing every time I see one in the wild. It's just like, this is such a stupid thing.
Just imagine the scene of like this guy on a Segway with his stack hat and then someone like, he's like,
just like he drives past like fucking Nelson Bunce.
To be fair, I have seen a lot less segways and that kind of thing since like electric scooters became far more prominent.
I mean, well, the electric scooter is just the superior mode of transport. You don't look like a tool while you're riding.
not as much.
There's nothing worse than like being at a nice tourist location, like somewhere really beautiful and whatever. Then a bunch of like 12 idiots on segways just roll up. Fuck, I hate it so much.
Gold Coast.
They're not even fast. They take forever to get anywhere. Why would you even bother?
Speaking of terrible segways, let's segue into our D&D session this week. For those of you listening at home, this intro has been derailed about 5 times already, and this is what we're going with now. So, last week...
This is how we do it.
Last week, you guys managed to... I mean, it was actually pretty dangerous. You'd finally gotten into this Duergar outpost in the mountains, and then immediately as you emerged from this well, you were set upon immediately by a zombie ogre.
A Zogre.
And during the fight as well, a couple of Duergar appeared enlarged and attacked you.
They were so enlarged.
They were. I mean, look,
And charged.
it was pretty dicey. Like we had Horacio knocked down really early in the fight.
Yeah, 1 hit. Yeah,
1 hit. We had some swapping of. We had some very lucky, I think, monster misses to allow you guys to continue on.
yeah, it was a real blessing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, look, the dice gods spoketh, and they said, maybe the party should survive a little bit longer.
Those guys are dead. Well, one of them's only unconscious, but,
Clutch use of a sleep spell by Carnelian. Some really good tanking by Svieta, and then managed to get Horacio back up, because then Svieta got knocked out, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
Her parting gift.
As a parting gift. So it was close. In the end of the day, it was close. But I think everyone's still alive.
I
We
got
got through it.
a,
Well, almost through it.
yeah, I got some skull bullshit on my icon.
Yeah, I don't know if that meant because I think you were knocked down at the time.
Yeah.
Did someone heal you already to get
I
that back
did
up?
receive some healing.
You copped a salve.
I did.
If I'm,
Copped a salve.
Oh, yeah,
not
I
mistaken.
used a heal spell because we got to explain that
I'm
cleric ability
quite
that you
sure
have.
that I did. Actually, yes, I brought you back. Thanks, Zimma. I brought you back with a healing spell because of my I forgot the name of it, but basically, yeah, it just maxes out the die.
Because
Healing
she was
spell
under
because she's on
unconscious.
0 HP.
Yeah.
That's great.
So yeah,
Useful grave cleric features.
how bad that?
And then, of course, Wodun still took a couple of good hits as well. So all in all, it was a pretty tight, close fight. But now you are victorious, standing over the bodies of a couple and the unconscious body of one of the Duergar. I'm actually going to, since he's unconscious, I'm actually going to shrink him back down.
It's amazing
sides.
what a little snooze can do.
Yeah. Look, you're not yourself until you've had a... No.
We should tie him up
And put him in a cage.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
and
yeah.
put him in a cage.
I was going to ask you guys what you want to do.
Maybe check his pockets for a key. So we
Yeah.
can lock him away.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's frisk him first, then tie him up. Or in the other way, order.
Tie him up and then
Do
frisk him?
then.
I feel like it'd be
Frisk.
easier to frisk somebody if they have if we can move their arms normally.
You're right. Yeah.
Accidentally wake him up. Okay, roll for initiative. Okay. Okay, so each of the Duergar...
Accidentally caught me frisking street. No. Nope.
Each of the Duergar on them have scale mail, a shield, and a war pick. There's also a couple of javelins, and one of them has a crossbow. Let me just check if that is a heavy crossbow or not. But other than that, yes, if you do find keys on one of their bodies, which will be to the cages that are here.
Yeah.
Guys, I found the goats. The missing goats.
Properly
Case
chicken.
solved.
We still are missing 2 things.
Oh yeah, the light. The light from the Light Tavern. What was that place called? DM?
It was
Northern Light?
The Northern Light.
Yeah, sorry, Jen
I guess
had
it's
it.
just the northern now.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you guys will be returning the light to the Northern Light.
Finders
Yeah.
keepers.
It's got to be here.
And a pearl.
Yeah, there was something also missing from Frozen Fire
It
Expedition
could be
as well.
anything.
Yes, so the crossbow that one of them does have is a heavy crossbow. And I'm going to say there are a good 15 bolts left in the quiver.
I am not at all proficient with martial weapons. Well, sorry, that's a lie. I'm slightly proficient with martial weapons, but in not the heavy crossbow variety.
I can't use it.
Just for those playing at home and not me,
Yep.
scale mail.
Yes,
Heavy armor?
medium armor.
Medium armor? Excellent. I believe I can
You'll get a
put that to use.
Are you
disadvantage
sure a
on stealth.
dwarf-sized scale mail is going to cover your body?
I wear very tight clothing.
He's wearing it as a scale crop top.
It's like one of those chain vests, like from the 90s, that like just covers you.
What were you
Oh,
saying,
yeah,
Jen?
yeah.
It like comes
Show
down
off
to
his
just like
midriff.
underneath the rib cage.
Yeah.
Can I pinch one anyway?
Yeah, look, and here's the other thing as well. You're right. When it talks to, I think the rules around like resizing stuff is a bit loose. They're medium creatures.
I like
with
to think
medium
it's.
armor.
I like to think they're like Gimli's in
Oh, the
Lord
Yeah,
of the Rings,
it's
where
just
it like goes down,
comes
to
down
his
past
knees.
his knees.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'll allow it. I think it's a bit too pedantic to
Yes!
start looking at resizing stuff right away.
Do you put it on immediately?
Yeah, do you strip
Nice.
one of them down?
Of course I do.
How long does it take to don medium armor? Is that a minute?
A minute or so. Medium's not as bad as heavy as well.
Yeah.
Mail.
Wodun, you're looking rather fetching in that scale mail. It's a remarkably good fit.
It's a bit tight.
Oh.
All right, it's over the
Can't
belly
clerics wear
now.
that as well?
For,
I'm sorry?
Can't clerics wear scale mail as well?
They can.
so there's two
However-
sets here.
That's what I was doing. I knew I was playing with my character sheet for a reason.
So just for those at home, so scale mail would be if you put it on, your armor gets set to 14 plus your dex modifier, but there's a maximum you can apply of 2 of your dex.
Yes, Carnelian, but as you'll see, and I'll sort of reveal a bit of my own robe and see, I'm actually already wearing scale mail.
Ooh.
While that's happening, I'd like to cast a Cure Wounds on myself because I am
I'm
still quite
gonna-
injured.
I'm going to see you doing it. I say, may I salve you? Save your spells. I have
Oh.
salve to spare.
Sure.
I cast
I
false
haven't-
life.
I haven't yet to
You know what? I was
receive this
surprised you
salve.
didn't do it. So
If someone has a healing spell for Carnelian, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Better
Public health systems, am I right? Jesus.
for free, no less.
yeah, actually, I think there should be some coin exchange.
That was a
He
bad
has
joke.
outright rejected our
That's-
I already offered.
That
so
is true.
So
I can't. I'm sorry. Doc. I can only fit one of you in. I'm going. The other one you'll have to wait. I'm going to have to start turning patients away.
Too busy.
Code blue.
Yeah, so,
No,
so
I've got. Sorry, I've only got 3 left. So, first of all, I'm going to salve Svieta.
Oh hell yeah.
yeah, I know, right? Thank you.
Oh fuck.
Oh, something else.
Oh yeah, no, that too.
Oh yes,
Also-
yes, salve good. Yes.
Damn, I see now.
oh, the scale mail, you've obviously got a bit of dex.
Oh my god, what
got a
is
bit of
it?
And then there's a shield on top of it, which is not bad.
Do I have a bit of dex? Who knows?
Wodun
Let's
has
have a
more
look.
than a little dex.
I
if you
like-
know what I mean.
I'd hope he has more than a little
I
dex.
have a
with
little
the,
dex.
considering the apparent strength score.
I like to think that Woden's abs are made out of his charisma.
Correct.
He is ripped.
So we've got some freshly frisked dwarfs.
Oh,
What else would you like to
I
do?
like them.
Tie him up and.
Well, yeah.
Tasty.
Since we have a key to the, cage,
night's
we might as
young.
well lock him up as well.
All right, so you do have a key. I assume you've got a length of rope which you can tie. And this is a sleeping one, right?
Do
Yes.
I have a length of rope?
All right. Well, which cage would you like to put him in? Just
Put him in with the goats.
No, don't put him in with the goats.
Release the goats. Let him out.
It's not fair on the goats.
I think we should leave the goats here and then come get them as we're leaving.
all right. I'm gonna go pop this guy in the last cage.
Sveta,
The one that doesn't smell of
Come
zombie
hither.
ogre.
Yeah.
come hither. I'm going to salve you.
Okay, I'll come in.
While
Carnelian?
Carnelian ties up the dwarf, and then I will salve him too.
I've already been salved.
Yes, Carnelian's been
Have you been salved today?
You salved me at the first round of combat after I took a hit.
I did indeed,
Goodness.
that's right. It was a quick salve.
It was a quick salve.
All right, well, you might need a little divine help.
I need some juice.
I got one slot left.
Well, I
got
could
some
use
Sun
a
D
little
in there?
self myself.
Anyway, I'm going to salve first. Let me salve first.
I'll rip out the arrow that's in my arm. Just keep it for later.
No, don't pull it.
Oh, it's too late. Sorry. Salve it up.
It's like patching a tire.
I'll need a salve-infused bandage now.
Yeah, it's a bolt from the heavy crossbow, isn't it? Yeah.
Lick it.
Sure.
Tastes like me.
Ah, yum.
All right. So I'll let you guys do some.
Mama used to make.
Just like how Mama made me. Lacking iron.
Oh, that's a little bit too real, isn't it?
I don't really know what that means, but it's funny-ish.
Not too funny.
thought it
Just
was
a
a
modest amount of funny.
Funny-ish.
I thought it was just a bit too real.
I put it at funny adjacent.
Yeah.
Funny adjacent.
Yeah. A 6 out of 10.
Yeah, that's funny
It's
adjacent.
in the same postcode as funny.
Yeah. One suburb over. We don't look at them.
Alright, are we ready to wake this guy up?
I'm waiting
No.
for some heals.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm
look,
just
let's.
finding out exactly how much. Oh, that's 1d6 plus 6 coming your way.
Oh, we didn't specify, but the weapons are not going in the cage with him, just in case.
Oh yeah, I know. Look, I did assume that you were piling weapons into the other cage.
6 plus
'cause they're
6,
dangerous.
12 hit points back.
Quick maths. Good maths.
12 hit points.
Thank you very much.
I was.
Oh,
It actually
maths.
turns out, you removing that bolt, actually, I was able to inject the cell directly into the wound.
I thought as much. Shall we press the flesh?
Excuse me?
I think I've lost control of this session.
Shake hands.
Oh, yes, let us do that.
I thought you meant sex.
No, it's a journalistic thing. You wouldn't understand.
You're right.
Yeah, it
no,
is.
she's right. It's just very strange to come up in this context.
So I was just thinking
I
about
think
it.
it's perfect. I think it's perfect timing for it to come up.
Plus, Horacio's eyes are on the sisters.
Oh,
One of the
yes,
sisters,
that's right, you cheeky
Oh,
boy.
yeah. Oh, yes, that is correct, isn't it? Yes.
So I think also Carnelian was looking for some divine healing as well.
Yes, well, Tim's going to say to Jen,
Yeah.
I have 1 spell slot left. How are you looking?
2. So I'm more than happy to heal him if you like.
For you to transform, does that cost a spell slot?
No.
Is it just then fixed number of times
Twice
per
a day.
short?
Twice a day,
I'll pull it
yeah.
along.
Is it, twice per short rest, actually. It's very versatile.
Twice per short rest.
Yeah.
Goodness, that's
Druids are very good.
Druids, yeah.
I think
Anyone
they're-
playing at home, if you're new to D&D, pick a druid.
Pick a druid, because they're supposed to be the best low-level character. Am I right, guys?
Moon Druid, yeah.
Well, when you
Strongest.
can just turn into a brown bear at level 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
It helps.
Okay.
Yes, I've
Would
learned a
you
few
like to?
things. Yes. I will.
Please show me.
Sure. Well, you were
Apparently my
unconscious when
god's
I
quite-
did this.
Apparently my god's quite interested in me, so I'd like to see what your god does for you.
Good things when I treat them into dead bodies. Anyway, healing.
A bit morbid.
Take 7 heals.
7.
Won't say that. Bit morbid.
It's a bit morbid.
While he's doing his hair or something.
He's like still putting on his scales.
Oh, that's
a
right.
bit
It's like-
morbid, isn't it, guys?
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
Is it too much to ask for you to describe what it looked like when he, because Horatio was watching you?
Yeah. So it's like before when I burnt. Where his feet.
Memories.
Yes,
Well, I remember.
Good times. It's just like still just a natural, just like flowery aura of green, like infusing over you. Where were you hurt the most?
Where,
been-
point on the doll where you were hurt the most.
In the general this area, I got punched by an ogre.
Facial? Alright.
No, like
Like his whole body
Oh,
area.
Basically, the ogre's
I
fist
am,
was the
I
size
am like
of
2
Carnelian.
feet. I'm like 2 foot something, and I got punched by an ogre.
Yeah.
that was just.
I would say the general
The
torso
whole,
region.
the whole front of your torso just glows.
Yeah, just-
like your veins glow green, and then the bruising's dissipated.
That feels much better.
You're welcome.
So Horatio will watch you do that, and then as you're sort of concentrating on Carnelian, look over to Carnelian and see like his veins and like vasculature, like glowing green, and just sort of kind of fascinated, but yeah.
My vascular system, my third most important system.
I'm on it.
Sweet vascular heals.
What I will say, Horatio, since you're paying attention, is that the spell is ostensibly one you're familiar with, right? It's a cure wounds spell.
Wounds.
But you can definitely feel like as a magic caster that, where casters draw their power from is very different to where you call upon for your divine healing. It sort of emanates differently, and it's sort of the natural flow of it is completely different to the way in which you sort of draw power out of a divine deity.
You don't seem to have to ask your deity almost like a favour. Well, actually, no. Tim's going to say no because I'm not a warlock.
No.
I'm not asking for favours.
I mean,
But you don't have to appeal to your god for assistance. You just seem to be able to channel the energy.
It's a kind of a mutual understanding, not what you would call symbiotic, but Sylvanus, my god, as you would say.
Sylvanus.
He's not much of a talker, but he does require certain things sometimes for me to do what I do.
Certain things like what?
Well, you saw what I did to that body a while back. Sam, I believe his name was.
Yes, I remember that well, yes.
I-
It appeared to be some kind of treating a corpse ritual. Yes.
I feed bodies to nature and bring them back to the soil. Sylvanus may grant me something, and magical powers and healings are the way I flow that energy out.
That's truly fascinating. And
That's incredible.
I'm going to write that down I'll write it down in my notebook.
But you're quite.
Sylvanus. Oh, sorry. This is what I'm writing in my notebook.
Yeah.
Sylvanus requires gift, grants power, healing power, different energy to Kellenvor, things like that.
Is Kalimvor a talker? You seem to chat with him quite often.
Well, you see, it's a very young relationship between Kellenvor and I.
You don't sound very confident when you talk to him.
Well, you see, this whole divine thing, it's very new for me. I come from a place of logic and medicine, and this person's sick in this way, therefore I apply this treatment. But for Kellenvor, I almost feel like you give something of yourself to him, or you appeal to him, and he just seems to know. He seems to come at my time of need. I was very skeptical at first, and quite frankly, these last couple of fights, I don't want to say I'm a believer or anything, but definitely there is something that I certainly do not understand. Some kind of energy. The gods, I wouldn't say that I don't believe in them, but they certainly appear to be taking much more of an active role on our plane of existence than I thought.
It's a good thing you came along then to help us.
And you.
Yes. I'm very glad we met. I'm very confused by your god.
Well, I am too, but I'm starting to learn a bit more about him and what he offers. Obviously, I had to study him in order to get access to the church, but it seems that he's granting me abilities at a greater rate than I anticipated. I expected some kind of divine communication, that much is certain, but I did not expect to receive these sorts of powers, in particular the power to do harm, as much as I have. So, yes, I certainly have a newfound respect for Kellenvor. That much is certain.
It seems that the more that we pay attention to our gods, the more powerful they make us. I was never able to be a beast like before. I quite like it.
Indeed. Well, who knows what else they have in store for us.
Yes. What about your magic man under the mountain? Is he chatting to you, Wodun?
You turn around and see Wodun, and he's got this dwarf in the chair, and he's got a fist raised. He's listening to you, but he's waiting to punch this guy in the face.
Yeah, I'll speak up a little bit. I didn't emphasize it then, but
Yeah. I've forgotten how I speak.
There he is. You found him.
I have yes. Sometimes he makes contact. He reaches out. It's been a while though. I haven't seen him for years, so let's just leave it at that.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I hope that you are able to find some sort of connection with your god as well, Wodun.
Oh yes,
really
I'm not too worried, to be honest. He'll pop up in due course, and put me on the right track, I suppose.
Will he be in this mountain? Does he only live in the mountains?
I don't know. He might travel a bit. He could be under any mountain.
Ooh.
We could find him anywhere.
He's in the mountain within your heart.
A hot mountain.
Carnelian, do you have a god? A magic mountain god?
Carnelian's people worship several gods, but not Carnelian directly. My magic is innate. It's
hatched.
something I was born with.
Have you had to hone your abilities, your magical abilities?
Of course,
Do they become more powerful with training, much like a physical ability?
Yeah, of course. We have the initiation ritual for those gifted. Although I chose more of a solitary wanderer path, so...
Did you undergo the initiation rites?
Of course.
Do you wish to discuss them now, or do you want to save some character stuff later? Perhaps we should save this for a fireside chat.
Yeah.
Carnelian thinks that we have a dwarf to talk to.
Indeed.
If you have any questions about
Yes, of course, the
Carnelian's...
dwarf.
He is... Oh, yes, he is this sleep speller. How long does it last, did you say, Carnelian?
About 60 seconds, or until you...
Oh, God!
It was
Or
me
him hard
chatting.
enough to
Yeah.
wake him up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so it was about 60 seconds. So I would imagine that by the time you guys have put him into the cage and Wodun is sort of threatening him with his fist, he's sort of coming around now. Like,
I punch him square in the face. Wake up, you son of a cod!
What?
I don't know, it just came out.
what's your... Oh, well, your strength is... Yeah, your strength is -1. Never mind.
Wodun,
You sustain negative
Yes.
1 damage and heal.
Soft slaps.
I hate to burst your bubble, but he might not be able to understand you.
Oh, yeah,
Ask him.
that's a good point.
It's like-
Ask him
I'll ask him. Hey you! Can you understand me? I shake him really hard in the chair.
And he's just... anyone that can understand Dwarf is
He's
just
having
like,
a seizure.
get off me! Are you in the cage with him, or are you just like grabbing him through the bars? Because you guys had him in a cage,
Yeah, you're
right?
pulling him into the
Oh,
bar.
okay, yeah.
I should
Yeah.
probably move closer to the cages.
Yeah, I'll be like holding him through the bars.
Yeah, so you sort of pull him forward, and you smash his head on the bars as you sort of like retch him forward, and he's like, "Whoa!"
You understand this?
You speak bar?
Do you speak common?
And did you say that in
Dwarven.
In Dwarven. I speak that cursed tongue.
What did he say?
He does not speak common.
Alright. Someone else is up then.
Dwarven speakers.
I think that's just Carnelian.
Just Carnelian.
Dwarven speaker. It is on you, my friend.
He's just sort of looking at you through the bars. You can see like there's blood just sort of trickling down between his eyes from the hit that he took when Wodun sort of pulled him into the bars.
How many are there? How many are there? How many of you are there?
He just spits on the ground in front of you.
That's it, you son of a bitch. And I pull him into the bars again. You understand that?
We don't want to knock him unconscious again. You want to... I'm not saying in Dwarven, to keep the...
You don't want to kill him. Just like,
Is he
Gonna have to be careful though, laddie. My friend here is likely to kill you just like he did your friend.
kill me then. I'm not gonna tell you nothing.
He sounds
What are you
defeated.
doing here, even? Up on the surface.
And he just sort of like wipes his forehead, so it's like now there's this long blood smear coming down over half his face and on his arm. I'm assuming you left the warm weather gear that he would have, just stripped him of his armor.
Yeah.
Is that right?
We took his armor and his weapons.
And his dignity.
Oh, well, he might still have a bit of that. He has a beard.
Actually, he does have a bit of dignity because he'd rather die. Mm-hmm. I mean, respect and
Uh,
die.
And he just sort of like looks at you and he's like, You folk will never understand. Maybe you, little one, could.
While he's saying that to Carnelian, I'm just going to sort of lean down and put my hand on Carnelian's shoulder and say, perhaps a little help from Callan. He seems in a helpful mood today. Perhaps he could help with some intimidation or other tactic you may have in mind. And I'll just cast guidance on you.
Very kind.
Mm-hmm. Magics. I don't trust you.
Says the one who turned invisible and then grew to be 8 feet tall.
Aye, that's true. And you sort of spits blood on the ground. We, Duergar, survive in the shadows. Your kind's good at that too, aren't they?
Is he being cooperative?
He's being neutral right now.
Ask him about the lantern.
What turns a man neutral? Sorry.
The color grey.
Look, we just came here looking for the lantern from the town.
Oh, aye. Yeah, you find it here. But I'm not going to tell you anything more.
Oh, and those goats.
Leave the goats.
Are you hungry?
A little bit, you know. Could use a goat shank. You got any seasoning? Pepper? Salt?
Nah,
I'm not going to tell you anything then.
His attitude's salty enough. Fine.
Nice.
Are we willing to parley with this Duergar?
If we can get some information from him, we may consider it, I think.
Do you think that's the wise thing to do?
Do we need his help? Are we concerned about him lying to us?
Oh, you could try and convince him that we are helpful. But I think setting him free is a mistake.
Did he tell you how many of them there are here?
No. He's not willing to sell out his friends, and I am not surprised by that.
Wodun, you're sort of listening to this sort of exchange and your hand itches.
Need a
So
sum.
slightly.
My hand's itchy, guys. Something weird's going on.
Has this happened before?
Apply static shock to it.
Alright.
With my mittens.
Wasn't expecting that, but sure.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just feel a bit strange. It's something going on. There's warm. It's spreading up my arm. It's all warm and tingly and...
Could be frostbite.
Can I just look at him and with a medical eye and see if I can tell if there's some kind of medical condition that's happened to him?
Sure. So do a medicine check. As
I
that
am
happens,
the medicine man.
Carnelian, you're sort of a little bit distracted with Wodun, and as everyone sort of turned to look at him, the dwarf reaches through the bars and sort of grabs you and sort of draws you close. And he's like, "You can't trust the surface dwellers. You know that. They'll throw you out as soon as you're not longer useful." And he pushes you back out.
As I see him grabbing Carnelian, I'll instantly reach through the bars, grab him and twist his neck.
Oh, alright.
And while he's doing that, I just want to say my medicine check, I got a 25.
Okay.
Nat 20 plus 5, baby.
Okay, so
I am the medicine man.
what I'm going to say is that that's similar to he's dealing with a helpless person, I suppose. Roll your damage as if it was a crit, with your mace.
Oh, with the mace.
Because he's
hitting him with the mace?
With the 0 strength, he wouldn't be able to affect any damage unharmed. So I'm going to go with Beefcliff on this
Why
one.
won't you die?
So I think the neck snap is a bit just in terms of your character build doesn't exactly work for me, but I think it's very easy for you to reach through the bars with a knife, a dagger, or a piton, even impromptu. So let's roll a 2 as if it's a crit. So 2d4. Do you apply your charisma or dexterity to anything when you do damage?
I'm gonna say it's a +1, so...
When you hit with Beefcliff, are you applying your charisma normally or something?
Yes.
Like that? Yeah, let's just use it like that. So do 2d4 plus your charisma points and damage.
2d4 plus... Okay. That's 10 points.
10 points. Okay. So,
That's a good roll. 4 and a 3.
yeah. So, you reach through the bars just after he pushes Carnelian away and just just cut him. Either major artery, whatever it is, and you see him go, he starts coughing up blood.
Right in the vasculature.
And he's looking at you kind of as he's sort of like the light's dying in his eyes, like, don't trust him.
And Wodun kind of like is holding the hair on the side of his head and kind of just like is holding him and like just staring at him like furiously. You can see like all of his veins bulging and stuff, and he like kind of doesn't really look like himself. And then once he knows the guy's dead, he just drops him.
Horacio. Oh, that's me.
I think every single
Siri.
person has made that mistake now.
Wodun.
Horatio, when you did your medicine check, like just looking over, it didn't look like Wodun was like, there's no injury or anything like that that you could see that would, cause something like that. Although now you're a little bit worried about his headspace, I suppose.
So I call out, Wodun. Wodun, he's dead.
What?
He's dead.
Oh yeah, I know. He went for Carnelian. I had to kill him. It's fine. It's fine. He was in danger. Carnelian was in danger.
You didn't have to do that.
No, I thought he had a weapon. That's why I did it. I thought he had a hidden weapon, so I went for him. I was trying to protect you, Carnelian. Come on, I mean.
Wodun, are you okay?
Yeah. Why? I'm fine. It's fine.
Just making sure. That's all.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
Okay,
Appreciate that. Yeah. Well, I guess we got all the information out of him that we're gonna get. Sorry, guys.
Svieta, you seem to have backed off up into a wall there.
I'm just a little taken aback.
Nowhere to go but forwards, I suppose.
Were you able to glean any information of use, Carnelian? You seem very resilient.
Only have my suspicions. I'm willing to guess from the way that he was talking that they are not from here.
I see. And any mention of the light that we're seeking?
Oh, he recognized it. I did ask him about it. He didn't say where, but he recognized it, so I assume it's here.
Oh.
I
that's
am
something.
willing to believe that between the goats and the mention of the recognition of the light, that these Duergar may very well be our thieves.
I see. Well,
All right.
He was also hungry, which would explain why they stole the goats.
Well, let's get that light. Solve the case.
indeed.
And the pearl? Was it a pearl that was stolen from the...
There was I think there was a pearl stolen
Something
as
about
well.
a pearl. Sounds familiar.
The Black Pearl.
I think we should leave the goats here. It would be unwise to let them roam unsupervised.
Indeed.
It might be another troll. Ogre?
Yep,
Ogre.
Zoga?
the Zoga, good old Zogas. Okay,
Well then,
so
shall
what would you
we,
like to do?
Yes, shall we continue?
So-
How are we feeling?
I would like to continue, but
Is the giant image of Svieta as a cat gone?
it lasts for 10 minutes, so that's up to you.
Can't you dispel it?
I have no reason to. I was going to use it to go ahead of us as like a...
True, yeah.
If someone's
think-
trying to ambush us.
I think this took longer than 10 minutes to gear up, and
Alright.
yeah, and you also had a cast from before the combat too. So
Yeah, that's fair.
it's gone. Bye, Svieta, giant Svieta.
Bye.
As it fades.
It just like looks at you and it's like as a cat just gives you a little nod, fades out of existence.
Remember.
Peace.
Who you are.
Remember.
So okay, so you guys are sort of gearing yourself up to move forward. Horatio, you're sort of
Yes.
doing one last look around. One thing I will say though, now that you've had a moment to sort of process this fight that's gone and everything else about it, you look over the people that have fallen, and I'm actually going to make this guy also small because he's dead. He goes back to normal size. What does sort of give you a very uneasy feeling though, like it sort of like starts roiling up in your gut when you think about it, is the zombie ogre. There's something about that gives you a real bad feeling.
Is it coming? Would you? How to say this? Is it coming from a place that I don't really understand very well why I'm feeling that way, or is it coming from a place of knowledge?
It's coming from a place of like you've seen plenty of dead bodies, right? The knowledge of seeing a cadaver is not unusual to you. This though, like seeing an undead cadaver, and knowing that it was just up and around, walking and fighting just mere minutes before. There's just something about that sets you on edge right now.
Could we move on, please? This giant corpse it disgusts me.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
I'm not sure why, but I don't like it at all.
We should move on. There's definitely other Duergar in here.
Okay, so from where you guys are, there's a passage that leads to the south, and there is a northwestern passage as well that leads to a bigger open room.
I think that's where the last Duergar was heading, so probably up there is a good idea.
I agree. The northwest was where the Duergar attempted to retreat to. So,
Okay.
Would you like me to lead the way?
yes, please.
Okay. I lead the way.
Okay.
Carnelian will.
I disappeared. Hang on. Oh no, I'm here.
She's into
I've
the
fallen.
The giant Svieta disappeared, not the normal
So she
Svieta.
was absorbed into the corpse.
Carnelian will sheath his rapier and draw his. I keep changing. I'm just going to call it a fiddle. It's a fiddle.
But next week it could be anything.
It could.
Was it
it
a
could-
viola? Or was it?
It's been a viola, a violin, and a fiddle.
It's like a hex weapon, but it's a hex instrument.
What ends up
whatever you
turning
want.
into next
I
week's a
think
double
the
bass.
I think the reason I started calling it a violin is because a violin is the name for a small viol.
Yeah.
So Carnelian is small. So
I just want to see him play a cello.
He's about the size of a cello.
The world's tiniest upright bass.
He's
That'd
a
be
tiny
funny.
creature, so a violin is a cello for him? I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, actually, you would probably put a violin on the ground. And
it would be pretty large.
But
the,
It'd be really
the
high
violin
pitch.
is definitely like sized for Carnelian.
Okay. So, yeah, you can see that passage. So, just from what you can see a long room divided in the middle by two open doorways. It stands empty.
be on your guard, friends. Can I hear anything unusual? Anything?
Make a perception check.
Any signs of movement? Any farts?
Speaking of smells, Carnelian will prestidigitate any like ogre mush off of us.
Oh yeah.
Ogre mush.
Nice.
I like it.
Oh,
16.
Okay.
The exclamation was just for flavour, Callan. Just FYI.
We don't have to have any ogre stink alerting people to our presence.
Perfect.
it's nice. Yeah.
16.
You strain your ears, but you don't hear anything except for, the normal sounds of a complex that is, very much dug into the mountain. So sort of strange sounds that bounce off the walls. And you're like being in a cave in a way. But nothing unusual that sets you sort of...
Okay.
I'll just while we're walking as well, I'd like to roll for any traps that might be on the ground.
Yeah, sure thing.
Good idea.
Survival or perception or investigation
You could choose. How are you looking?
with my eyeballs.
Okay, so then that would... Eyeballs means perception.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That tracks.
17.
17.
Nice.
Okay. Nothing from where you're standing right now.
Moving forward though, I don't see a glimmer of a piece of rope or string or anything like that. Or press.
No, you do not.
All right. I'll go ahead with confidence.
I'll go up with you. At the
I will,
front.
I will
Yeah.
stay close, but behind.
Where you are now, what you can also see now in the other room is a iron lever that's sticking out of the wall.
Oh, I love these things. I'll go pull it.
Is this
Contain yourself.
perhaps attached to a mechanism that maybe was used to raise and lower a gate?
Don't know. You can't see.
What was the gate called?
Drawbridge.
No. In the other episode, it was
Oh, the sluice gate.
sluice gate.
Oh, it's a sluice gate.
You don't
Sorry.
seem to see any sluices around here.
No
That you...
sluice. Okay.
Oh, man.
Just drawbridges.
Sluices and
Snooze.
goose.
No sluice on the loose.
Okay.
Do you go? You're gonna go just over to the level.
Yeah, I want to go have a look at the lever.
Just hold there.
Have a cheeky.
What else is everyone doing?
Moving up, but not like all the way.
I'll
Yeah.
go all the way.
Okay,
Hang back
stop there,
a little.
Svieta. Nope. And pull you back just a little bit slightly.
Let her in.
Let me
Nope.
do my own thing.
Because as
What have you done?
Wodun enters into the room, followed by Svieta, it's going to pop you where you would have been. The lever flips.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Down.
shiny.
Oh boy, this is not good.
Reaction. I don't know. Cat-like reflexes.
In the middle, I will actually, so there is actually a save. And I will give you an advantage on this save because you were looking for traps specifically.
Finger guns.
When the lever is pulled, iron spikes spring out of the floor and the ceiling to form a barrier across each doorway. Creature in either opening must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take some damage and be restrained. So I will give you a dexterity saving throw with advantage. You were looking for traps.
Yep.
So I'm okay
Sorry,
with
could
that.
you clarify exactly who's
Yeah.
subject to
Yeah.
So at the
I
moment,
thought this
only
was
Svieta
new.
because she's in the doorway. So it's like someone timed this.
So Wodun's still on his way over to the handle.
Wodun's midway, yeah.
But it was just tripped as Svieta tried to get through.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay. I thought it
doesn't
was something
count.
I did.
Nope.
Come back where you came from.
Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
It's pretty good. 18.
Oh,
18
try and stop
is
it.
pretty good and it allows you to avoid damage and to be restrained.
Nice.
You step backwards just as the spikes spring shut, leaving Wodun in the room by himself.
No.
I turn
Do
around.
both doorways
What are you guys
sound-
doing back there?
There's spikes.
Where?
Closed?
The spikes, all of
The
both
lever.
doors spring closed. So now you're looking through this sort of like almost like a set of bars that are sprung down like this. This for the podcast
Like
audience.
chomping teeth?
Like chomping teeth, yeah.
Okay.
And what you hear is someone stepping towards the middle of the room. And you hear a voice emanating out of the nothingness. Looks like a fly's been caught in mid-trap. Come so far, only to fall. Roll for initiative.
Whoa!
How intriguing.
How very intrigue and excite.
Common or
Oh, flop.
Dwarvish?
That was... let me double check that.
Flemish. There's
Actually.
Danish people around here.
Was that in Flemish?
That was in Dwarvish.
Ah, close.
Okay.
Which room is he stepping into?
You don't know.
Oh.
It's almost like he's invisible. Okay, Horatio, what was your initiative?
6. Put me at the back. That's where you want me.
Wodun,
11.
11. Svieta,
13.
13. Carnelian,
14.
14.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm like the tall kid in the high school photo. Put me at the back. Spoken from
Okay.
experience.
So, that means, Carnelian, you're up first. What I'm going to let you know is that with these iron spikes sprung, as it were, you can see through the gaps in the spikes, but the gaps aren't big enough for you to slip through. It grants 3/4 cover to anything inside the room. There doesn't look to be anything that you can see immediately that would retract the trap. But it's possible that they can be damaged, though. What would you like to do?
Warden, you might want to get that lever so we can get in.
Okay.
Also, careful, there is probably an invisible person in there with you.
What? In here?
Yes. Carnelian would like to pull out his crossbow, and
Yep.
despite the cover that the trap grants, he would like to point his crossbow into the room, waiting for Duergar to reveal themselves.
Am I that predictable? Yes.
We just got jumped by two invisible guys. What do you want here?
It's a pretty safe assumption.
And in that case, yes, it is its turn.
It.
No.
is a Duergar
Dun dun dun.
Oh, look at
who
it.
is enlarged, and he will swing.
He is
at Wodun.
enlarged and in charge.
May I make a crossbow bolt attack?
Yes, it was a prepared attack. Yeah, it was a use your reaction.
Bolt him.
Crit.
Whoa!
Big start.
That's going to be
20.
handy.
That is going to be handy.
There's 5 plus
Ooh.
8.
Very nice.
Oh my god.
Plus 2 is 15.
Ooh, big damage right off the bat.
I love big dams off the bat, baby.
Okay, but he's not down yet, and he will take a swing at Wodun with advantage because he's coming from invisibility. Alright, that is going to be 2 hit, 22.
Does hit.
Does hit. Okay. Enlarged weapon, so that's going to be 2d8. Alright, not bad. 10 points of piercing damage. I rolled minimum and nearly minimum and maximum on that set of dice.
So almost average.
Almost average.
perfect.
You're statistically right in the middle.
Beautiful.
And you hear him, like, as he's coming out of stealth, he's just sort of, like, whistling this tune that bounces off the walls.
I don't know. Is the whistle like interrupted at all?
It's just like, he's like,
He like takes a crossbow in the face,
bloody hell. Yeah, he continues to whistle anyway. And just
whistling through a new hole.
almost... he almost, like, almost even away lazily, just, like, swings his pick across and clips Wodun. That is his turn, though. Svieta, it's your turn.
You said there was gaps in the bars.
There are gaps in the bars, but not enough for at least a medium or small creature to fit through.
Did you say a tiny creature could fit
I
through
think a
those
tiny
bars?
creature could fit in there.
That's pretty good.
Hold me close now, tiny creature.
Well, a cat is considered a tiny creature.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm gonna hold on to like,
Without cats or anything to go by, yeah.
well, one of them's
Well, a bit of a
We're
chunk.
talking domestic cat.
yeah, like
Felis catus.
like
Maybe, yes.
like those sand cats, but more wintry.
Sand cat?
A
They're
snow
like-
cat?
No, they're like snow
Like a
cat.
lynx?
No, they're called sand cats, and they just look perpetually like a
Yeah.
kitten.
They basically
But they're
look
like-
like kittens, but
I
they're
know the
wild
ones you
cats.
mean.
yeah,
Stupidly
yeah.
ferocious.
No,
It's great.
they're like fully wild cats and all that kind of
I
stuff. They
mean,
look like kittens.
Cats in general are ferocious. We
not
just-
not Nick. She's a wimp.
Yes. Well, so is Raz as well. But
He's all bark.
Yeah.
All whinge.
well, yeah, I was going to say bark is a real strong term for the whinging he does.
Oh meow.
So you'd like to
Yeah.
turn into a cat? Is that's a bonus action? I imagine.
It is a bonus action.
Okay.
I want to hold on to like
I can't make your token tinier, unfortunately.
That's okay. We
Tiny
can
token.
pretend.
Very sad.
Hold on to like the spikes.
Yeah.
So when I turn into a cat, I can like leap off of it. So I'm like technically just like
Well,
moving
the
through.
cat can fit anywhere. It can fit its head through.
Yeah, like if this was just a brick wall, just through the mortar.
I don't want to convert your token into a.
No,
into a
no,
drone.
it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So you
Alright.
can.
Yeah, and go right beside Wodun
I'll just flip you through.
to where this invisible thing is.
Well, it's not invisible
Well,
anymore.
this visible thing
It's
is.
very visible. Yep. You can move your token where you'd like it to be.
I did, and then you moved me.
Yeah, because I'm the DM. That's my prerogative. I'm allowed to do that.
About that.
I'm sorry, there's another invisible Duergar right there.
Yeah, you run into another invisible dragon.
Oh, this is trash hits. But let's. I'm gonna take out my
Yeah, but you're in the
little,
room.
my little hands,
little kitten
my little
claws.
paws.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Try to hit.
Where do you want me to place you? 'Cause you're
Get
still
Oh,
not-
right.
Channel that big cat energy in a domestic cat form.
Oh, I got big boy energy. Let's go.
Swing those little
No,
kitty
God.
claws.
On this side.
I swear that's like the 4th 12 you rolled tonight.
I like consistency.
Well, that's a solid number to roll
It's a
consistent.
solid number to roll consistently.
12.
12 is a miss, unfortunately.
It's a 0 to hit.
Yeah.
Call me Kitty Soft Paws.
Do they not use Dex to hit?
Nope.
Wow.
It's a domestic cat.
I still feel like they'd use Dex to hit. They just wouldn't do any damage.
Yeah.
1 slashing damage.
Yeah.
I
Makes
wanted
sense.
to be something that could
Do you,
fit
want me
through.
to, do you want me to pop you somewhere? I'm just not.
Yeah,
Sorry.
right there.
Okay, maybe I have to redo
Oh,
my.
okay.
Sa-
Hang on, I'll
sadly,
move it. Hang on. There.
sadly, I
Does that
feel,
move?
That's better.
I feel like your best option in that situation is something that wouldn't be native to this environment.
I was going to be a spider.
I would have said a snake. But snake is a no
Got a
bueno.
snake?
I also like tiny cats. So, unfortunately, you
Keeping it
did,
thematic.
You're a cat.
you did
You're
miss.
a
But
cat
the
lady.
important thing is, Wodun's no longer in this room alone. Wodun, it
Pat.
is your turn.
I sit on his
Alright.
foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just like,
You're the emotional support druid.
is that Wodun's foot or?
Yeah. Oh, both.
Okay.
4 on each foot.
So it's not feeding time.
Oh, a diplomat.
Yeah. Have you seen the meme of like that black cat with that's
the
like holding his paws
stretched
out like screaming? Sorry, Wodun, you can go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's alright, I'm just changing the track. So, I'm going to assume that I have my...
Yeah, I assume you've got all your
beef
weapons
out.
out and everything.
Yeah.
Sun's out, beef out.
I mean, did you apply your armor bonus with a shield? You probably have that out too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, his AC is off the charts.
I've got a climb speed. That's nice.
Hell yeah.
People like that.
Climb the Christmas tree.
Eine kleine cut music.
I mean, you know how you should know how cats are. You
Every
surprised
time
they
we-
have a climb speed?
Every time we put out the Christmas tree. Anyway,
The thing is, sorry, we'll get to you in a moment.
just wait there. We'll get you in a
Catch up.
She
moment.
has a climbing speed, but the catch is at the end of the climbing speed, she has to stop and look back at you with this manic look and just hold it.
Aggressive lick.
Hold on this weird line.
And then, especially if it's 3 a.m., she's like chooses a single hallway to run up and down.
Have a little
endlessly.
scream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're waiting on you, Andrew.
Sorry, guys. I'm
Anyway,
dilly-dallying.
sorry.
Yeah, no, it's definitely Wodun, not us.
Okay, well, anyone who can see through the bars, or maybe
Everyone
Svieta
can,
as
yeah.
well, you probably see another similar look in Wodun's eyes as he is looking ferociously at this Duergar that's whistling and just triggering him in general.
I would say Horacio picked up on it straight away. Would you say that's fair, given he's 25 on the meds?
I think that there's something. There's
on the
something.
roids.
I think you can definitely tell that Wodun's probably not acting exactly the way he would normally would.
No, but what I mean is, would I be able to tell it's the same thing as before?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I did a psychology course in
Yeah,
college.
exactly.
It's
You
minor.
got your PhD in medieval psychology.
I took it as an elective.
Here, I thought you took elective surgery as the.
You like
That one fell flat and is getting cut.
Your reaction, that was the best thing.
Mine or Jen's?
Yours. Sorry.
It's the horseshoe of puns
so
again.
good. Yeah, but you pulled it. That was good. That was really good. I applaud you, sir.
Thank you. At least someone will laugh at me.
Oh my god!
I like how you just like
Pointed
just
attack.
using like as a reaction using shield and just,
Yeah.
and just
Oh.
deflecting. Yeah.
Can't wait for Andrew's turn.
I know.
Anyway, the guy's hex now.
Yeah.
How many times can you use that in between?
That was Hexblade's curse last
Okay,
time.
so this is like a spell hex or something.
Yeah,
Specs.
first level spell.
And it's
Keep on
a
six.
concentration spell, is it?
It's a what, sorry?
Is it a concentration spell?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. I popped a little hex icon on here there for you. Is
Hey,
that a
thanks.
bonus action or an action?
And I'll pop a little beef cliff on him as well.
Alright, apply the beef cliff.
Go on.
Roll to apply the beef cliff.
That is just going to be one-handed because I've got a shield, so that is a 1d8. Oh, I got to roll to
You've
hit,
actually got
don't
to
I?
hit first, yeah.
Ooh, that's 16.
16. 16, you say, meets his AC
Yes!
That's the confidence right there.
exactly.
Confidence.
Alright,
Alright.
Damage.
Wow, oh, hell yeah. So that is 10 points plus my
Oh, wow.
1d6.
Oh, baby.
Maximum?
16 points of damage. 6 of it was necrotic.
Lighten this guy.
so what happens is you swing, and where do you hit him?
I am just going to go straight for the side of his face, like maybe around his side of his jaw area.
So you swing Beefcliff at his enlarged head and just crack him across the jaws, and his head just swivels, blood spraying out from his mouth. You see him go down to one knee. My father is more powerful than any of you filthy creatures could imagine. You don't understand the glory of it. The power found in the ice. None of you! But you will learn Soon enough, when my father unleashes his terror upon the 10 towns, your doom soars on dragon's wings! Is there anything you'd like to do in response, Wodun?
Without saying anything, I'll just continue swinging the hammer around, and I'll come down straight onto his face
And it's
like
you
crumple him over backwards.
Spin and almost like balletic in nature, and just coming down heavy on his head, crushing his skull, and just blood everywhere from his enlarged head. And as his body starts to shrink, we will just have to see what happens next week. Reflex save!
Wait till my dad finds out.
That was.
I live for that die on the
a
inside
big scroll.
response, though, from a really lame joke. Like, and you watch someone literally die on the inside.
Watch part of their soul escape
Yeah,
their
I
body.
absorb that energy. Like, it sustains me.
Usually happens after really good or really bad puns.